Hey, Douglas Trevino, Coldwell banker, residential real estate here in Southwest Florida. Want to do a quick commentary, something that I saw in the local news press this morning. There was a seller of a luxury estate here in Cape Coral. Quite familiar. He was priced pretty high. I believe he listed it. The last listing was with a local agent, not an agent or the brokerage that had global reach. No. He listed his property for $4.9 million with a local broker with no out-of-area exposure globally, and compared to companies, of course, like Coldwell Banker Previews International. I mean, he could have picked any number of broker to handle that, that has local or global coverage, above and beyond what he did. So the guy's on the market for 134 days, doesn't draw any offers, it expires. Now, I would think any seller who's half intelligent or eager to sell their estate would turn around and say, okay, well, maybe I made a mistake with the brokerage. Maybe this local guy wasn't it was a guy actually, so this local guy wasn't the route I should have taken. At that point, probably should be going online. I mean, for crying out loud, Google luxury real estate sellers. I mean, it'll all pop up. I know Coldwell Banker Previews is in there. And maybe look at a global coverage and go, you know what? I've got a luxury property. Majority of our buyers, especially for the high-end real estate, are from out of the area. They're international or they're just out of state. Maybe I should go with a company that's going to get me that exposure. No. This guy turns around and says, oh, I'm going to research auction companies. So then he enlists an auction company. This is in the news press, grandauctions.com, I believe it is. And he's quoted in the news press as saying, I'm going to roll the dice. Not only does he have it on auction, but he puts it on auction with no reserves and no minimums. Whoever's the highest price bidder is going to get the property. So I'm completely astounded. So a couple of things have to be going on here. Either one, there's an absolute urgent need to sell this property very, very quickly. And that trumps getting the most money for the property, possible. So that could be it. And you know what? If that's the case, and he made the mistake of going with the local agent, can't rectify the mistake, the time can't be bought back. All right, so, it's got to happen, and I could see that. And again, if money's not a concern and he needs to get it sold, I can see that happening. If that's the case, ignore this rant. The other possibility is, he very frustrated. The agent could have told, who knows what he could have been told about the market, and he fully believes it without researching further or talking to other agents or discussing it with top-end brokerages locally who are global, and says, to hell with it. I don't even want to deal with this anymore. I'm just going to put it on auction and be done with it. It's a little bit sad. If that's the case, it's a little bit sad because so much money is going to be lost on this property. And it never had the opportunity to be exposed to that global affluent market or those buyers. So a little astounded by that. At the same time, I'm also working with another opportunity where I have a seller who also listed his estate. This was at the 2.1, 2.2 mark. And he listed it with a local agent, with a local company. Has absolutely no offices anywhere else other than Florida. And I think there's just a few, or if not just one. And, and I'm talking to him about this, and he says, well, I made a mistake, and, I've got a lot of realtor friends, and yada, yada. And he mentions one company that he has, and it was funny because I looked the company up real quick, and I said, yeah, actually, I know the company, and I thought they had a few, but they only have one listing over $1 million. You're going to be their next highest listing. I said, no wonder your buddy wants this listing. I said, but you look at Coldwell Banker just here in Southwest Florida, just of our 6 offices that I quoted. We've got 60 listings right now that we're carrying, properties between 1 and, what is it now, 1 and 12 million. The bulk, and at any given time, we carry anywhere between 50 and 75 listings, anywhere upwards to 15 million, 20 million. So that's what we do every day. And Coldwell Banker Previews closes more luxury estates than any other company, locally or globally. So, if you need that exposure, and that's exactly what you need, and you're not getting it, that's where you need to shift up to. You need to upgrade. You need to go from a local company. You're not trying to sell a $100,000 home. They're a dime a dozen, and the agents are a dime a dozen because it doesn't take that much money, marketing-wise, or skill necessarily to sell a home like that. You know, there's still some skill involved, but not as much as selling a you know, a multi-million-dollar or $1 million home here in Southwest Florida. I'm just astonished by that. You know, if you're a seller and you've been talking with one agent, listen, it's just like anything. You know, what happens if your plumbing goes bad in your house and you have a plumber over and the plumber just messes up, doesn't do a good job, leaves you in a worse position than you were, or if not the same position? What do? Do you give up? Do you turn around and go, you know what, I had this one guy over, oh my God, or maybe if you had even two, well, that's it, I'm going to go and become a plumber, and I'm going to go do it yourself, I'm going to go learn and take time out of my busy schedule, learn how to be a plumber, and try to do it myself? To me, that's insane. I can't imagine anybody doing that. Now you're going to keep trying until you get a good plumber, you know, and as a contractor, you know, that makes sense. The same thing as with a realtor. You know, if you can't get somebody or research, it's not that difficult to go spend, you know, take some time, spend a day interviewing agents. I mean, gosh, line up 10, 11 interviews. Pick a couple of people from, you know, a different brokerage here and there, and then maybe 2 people from a brokerage with different offices. You know, be creative and then go and interview these people and listen to what they're doing. There's going to be a common thread, but then more importantly, there's going to be some things that certain agents do that others don't do. And that may be really custom fit to your home to sell it. You know, don't give up, you know, and especially if you went with somebody that's not with the top name brand company. I mean, you're either playing major leagues or you're playing minor leagues, period. You know, what are you doing? And then if you've got a very expensive home, you know, and what do? You're trying to get as much money as possible for this. You know, why skimp on, you know, you want the most dollar, but then you want to turn around and then and you know, entice the other agents, but you want to skimp on the commission that you're going to offer, so you're going to skimp there. I've seen that happen too. Well, you really don't want to incentivize people then to sell, do you? You know, apples to apples, you've got 5 listings. They're all more or less the same in terms of price per square foot and location and all of that. And, you know, they're all offering one commission amount, and then you've offered the lowest. You know, it's not saying that you won't get shown, but maybe you're not going to be the first one to be shown, you know, and sometimes it just takes 2 or 3 for a buyer to say, hey, you know, I don't need to see anymore. I like this property. Let's make an offer. You know, there's a strategy to everything, and this isn't just luck. This isn't luck of the draw, you know, to sell homes. And I've seen so many people get frustrated and they turn to for sale by owner, or they stick a sign. I mean, they say, you know what, all of this marketing didn't bring buyers, so I'm just going to put a sign out here, and maybe that'll be the ticket. Maybe the one thing you did, for some reason that didn't bring a buyer, but I'm going to try it, and that'll be the ticket. Listen, price moves anything. You drop your price low enough, it'll sell. It may not sell quickly on your own, but it will sell if you drop it low enough. You know, and I understand that. And there are some people in a financial dire situation, and, you know, they can't afford to wait, and they can't afford to pay an agent. And my heart goes out to them. They're in a tough spot. And some of them really have to take a gouging, but at least it would not have been as deep a gouging as if they had to pay a commission on top of that, you know. And those are tough circumstances. That's not ideal by any stretch of the imagination, you know. But I'm talking about people who can afford it and who can benefit best from having something close quickly and getting still the maximum amount of dollars out of it, and having the transaction be monitored and have some protection against, you know, liability for the sale. So, you know, if you've got an estate around here and you haven't been talking to the right agent, give me a call. I mean, give any agent with a top major league brokerage, you know, recognized name brand who specializes in your field, whether it's luxury or non-luxury or waterfront, non-waterfront, whatever it is, talk to an agent. Talk to multiple agents. You know, I have no problem going up against, in an interview, up against 10, 12, 15 people, you know. Again, it's not about, hey, you know, I am the absolute best fit for you. Listen, when I walk in with a seller, I'm not 100% committed to sell that home until I've seen it, until I've talked to the sellers to see if we mesh. You know, if I'm getting bad vibes from that seller, or I feel they're going to be very difficult to work with, maybe not as cooperative, and they don't fit what I'm doing marketing wise, they're not going to be as cooperative with me, I'm willing to walk away. You know, I haven't committed to take this listing yet. So, you know, do it like that. Walk in there and say, you know, we're going to interview a ton of people, and we're going to look at who's the best fit for us. You know, if time isn't a necessity, like you don't mind a deep loss. Okay, my God, doing an auction. I can't believe he did it without a minimum reserve. I mean, that's interesting. You know, but if time, you have some time and you definitely want to maximize the amount that you're going to make for this place, talk to an agent, and talk to an agent that's really custom fit and a brokerage that's custom fit for your property. There are a lot of local agents out here, and there's nothing wrong with them. I mean, there's a lot of hard-working agents out here who may not be with a major brand like Coldwell Banker or, you know, Remax or Century 21 or something, or Sotheby's. You know, they work hard and they're good at what they do. You know, and but bottom line is, when you look at that brokerage and you look at the brokerage, see what listings they have. If the majority of their listings are $200,000-$300,000 and they've got no $1 million listings, what does that tell you? You know, I mean, the facts are there for you to view. So look at where they're focusing, see what they do. Where's their specialty? As a side note, there's another property on one of the islands out here. I won't mention it, but it had expired at 5.9, I think, 5.9 million. And the house and the guest house, they're not necessarily luxury, but it's right on the ocean. And it certainly, those folks who are affluent are going to buy this for a vacation home, potentially tear down, rebuild, or you know, update or remodel it. They were with, again, a local broker. I mean, it blows my mind. For the area that we are, that we're globally known, and especially our islands are globally known, and they go and hire a local agent. I mean, I'm astonished. And they don't even give it a shot. And it was funny because I received an email. I had sent a letter to the seller, and I said, hey, listen, you know, and I said, why don't you give me a call? I said, maybe we could talk. And I gave the letter that I normally send out to buyers or sellers like that, and talk a little bit about what we do. And I get back an email, for sale by owner. He is literally sending out emails to agents locally here saying, please bring a buyer for half the commission, or whatever the commission was going to be. It was low. And I thought, well, my God, even your local broker was doing more than this, and it didn't work. So what kind of logic is in your brain that says, well, let me just send out a bunch of emails, try to do it myself? Awesome. So now you're suddenly a realtor. That's cool. Instead of just giving the top name brand a chance, and the company that has local or global exposure that gets the job done, an opportunity to say, hey, listen, you know, let's do this right. Don't give up. Talk to an agent. You know, make sure you're talking to someone that's custom fit to your home. So anyway, that's my rant for today. Other than that, it was a phenomenal day. We're so windy right now here in Southwest Florida. It's just, we've had a crazy day. Very cloudy, rainy this morning, and then it blew up to blue skies. So it was really pretty on the water. Any questions about real estate, the economy, what's happening with our market down here, looking to buy, sell, you know, as always, give me a call, 239-410-4460. Again, Doug Trevino, Coldwell Banker, here in Southwest Florida. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Bye-bye.